Section 6-2, Part 1. Inspecting the equations before you try to solve a system is a strategic way to handle these types of problems. Without graphing, decide whether the system of linear equations has one solution, no solution, or infinitely many solutions. So I first want to look at A part with you. Looking at A part is y equals to 4x minus 1 and y equals to 4x plus 2. Looking at these lines, they're already in the form of y equals mx plus b. M is your slope. So looking at this problem, you see that the slope of the first line is 4. The slope of the second line is 4. These lines have the same slope, but they have different y-intercepts. Think back to our previous example. If they have the same slope, but different y-intercepts, these two lines are parallel. So the solution to this system would be no solution, because these two lines never touch because they have the same slope. They're both in the form of y equals mx plus b. If they have the same slope but different y-intercepts, these two lines are parallel, but the answer to the system of equation would be no solution because these two lines never touch. All right, let's go to B part. Looking at B part, you have y equals to 2x plus 4 and y equals to negative x plus 1. So y equals to 2x plus 4 and y equals to negative x plus 1. Okay? So let's look at those two lines. They both are already in the form of y equals mx plus b. Y equals m, the first line has a slope of 2. Y equals mx plus b, this one has a slope of negative 1. If they have different slopes, their solution will be one solution. Remember, this would be the situation that the lines both meet. They would cross and intersect at one point. Notice this line has a positive slope, so it would be going upward. This line has a negative slope, it would be going downward. So they do touch at one specific point. So the answer to B part would be one solution. All right, let's look at C part. C part, y equals to 5x plus 4. And then I have 2y equals to 10x plus 8. So let's look at C part. Looking at C, I have two equations, two linear equations. Both of these are lines. In order for me to look at their slopes, to compare them, I need to put them in the form of y equals mx plus b. This one is already in the form of y equals mx plus b. It has a 1 in front of y. I need to get this linear equation in the form of y equals mx plus b. To do that, I need to go through and divide each one by 2. If I divide each one of these by 2, I end up with y equals to 5x plus 4. What do you notice about the second line and the first line? They are the same line. So what would be the answer to this system of equations? Would be infinitely many solutions. These two lines would touch at the same point up the entire line because they are the same line. So if I graphed y equals to 5x plus 4, we could say that's the graph. And then if I graph this one, that's the same line, so I just graph it right on top of it. So these two lines would intersect at every point. Therefore, your answer would be infinitely many solutions.